So what are we gonna talk about today? Let's talk about. You remember that TikTok you made? It was a while ago, and somebody was talking about they see us, and what did they say? Something like they don't get that, or they don't have that, or maybe that's just not for everyone. Something about love. Do you remember what they said?
Oh yeah, they said that not everybody gets to have that.
Everybody gets to have like happily ever after, something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And I think people look at other people's relationships, like ours, for example. People look at relationships and they think that it's just easy. They don't see the work that goes into it. And I think a lot of people could have had that, but they turn and run when it gets hard.
Relationships always takes work. We started off for the first year and a half long distance, and the amount of struggle that we went through hell and back more than once in order for our relationship to work. We could have turned and ran hard away from each other and called it quits the first time it got hard.
Multiple times. Many times.
And I made you so uncomfortable, and so the word comes to me as disoriented.
Disoriented?
That's the word I'm looking for.
You triggered every one of my insecurities. It was challenging. It was very challenging.
And when you didn't run, that's when you knew that I was your person.
It wasn't even like that I didn't run, because it was like I couldn't, even though I wanted to, because when all of your insecurities are being triggered and everything that I'm gonna say bothers Jay, I wanted to run, but I just couldn't. It was like I literally felt like there was some kind of force that I couldn't see holding me. Stay there.
I get that.
And look at that, we're in a different setting. Magic. Funny how that works, huh? I was talking about RJ, because I have RJ. I had RJ. And I don't know what RJ is. It's called retroactive jealousy. And it's when you are jealous. It's when you're jealous of your partner's past. And it's so fucking stupid, because everybody has a past. Everyone has a past. And even, I don't know, we might just get on the RJ topic, who knows, because this might go on. But when you have it, you blame your partner for having a past because you feel a certain type of way about it. You feel insecure about it. You're like, if my partner wouldn't have had a past, or if my partner wouldn't have done this or wouldn't have done that, then I wouldn't be feeling the way I do about it. But because I had it for a long time, even if the partner doesn't have a past, even if you didn't have a past, there would still be something there to be upset about, because I would be like, oh, you held hands with this person, I can never go to that spot, because that's all I think. That's how RJ works. Yeah. RJ works like, you tell me that, like, if you were to tell me like made out with somebody at a Subway store one day, I would never be able to go to Subway, because every time I go to Subway I would think, oh, she made out with somebody at the Subway. That's how RJ works.
But yours, you make, or is it all of them that makes mental movies?
Almost everybody does. You make up mental movies about what your depiction of what happens. Yeah. So you sit there and like make these mental movies up in your head on your depiction of what happens. And because RJ is fueled by insecurity, of course you make up the like worst type of scenarios you can think of in your head. You know, because it's fueled by insecurity. So of course you're inferior, and everything you make up in your head, you're going to be like inferior in some way or another. And a lot of people don't like to hear that with RJ. A lot of people hate to hear that it's an insecurity issue and it's on them. I'm in multiple different RJ groups, and they hate when I come in and talk, because it just pisses them off. Like, there's no cure for it, I'm gonna have it forever. It's like, well, if you want to have it forever, you can. That's just how it is. You tell people how I got rid of my RJ, and they're like, well, that just won't work for you. And I'm like, how can creating your best version not work for you?
For real. That's with everything, though.
Yeah, it's with.
You choose to be addicted all your fucking life.
You don't choose to be an addict, but you choose what the fuck you stay addicted to, right? And people will constantly be like, well, you don't have a choice. And it's like, no, you do. Because you choose to go and get that bottle or that bag. You choose to go there. You choose to buy it. And then you choose to use it or drink it. So there's multiple choices leading up to each and every single solitary use.
Yep. And then you choose to be in recovery, or before you know it, you're 6 feet under. Because you don't know what shit's laced with these days, or tampered with these days. But you need to create your best self in order to be a better person. And so with relationships, because I triggered everything and a bag of chips with him when I was in Canada, I helped him through it because I understood what he was going through in a way. 100%, but enough to help him through his struggles.
You were very understanding, and I was able to tell you how I was feeling, and building that trust made it so eventually I was able to come out and just talk to you about some stuff that I didn't even know. Didn't know what the cause was. Like when you and I first met, I didn't know what the cause of it was. I just knew that I had it, and honestly, I didn't even really realize that it was on me the whole time. Like it was my insecurities, and it was on me. All of that was stuff that I started doing after I got with you and we started dating, and I ended up not running from it. I ended up facing it and doing that work. And I think a lot of people see our relationship like that one lady was like, well, it's just not in the cards for everyone, that happily ever after. I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was something along those lines. But that's when I went and I said nobody just is given a happily ever after. Everyone sees these relationships that people are in, and they think, oh, I want that. You think that people think that you just fall in love, and you don't just fall in love. Like love's not even a feeling. Everyone thinks that love is a feeling, and love is not a feeling. When you first meet somebody, when you first are with whoever you're with, the feeling that you have is infatuation, it's lust, but it's also the way they make you feel. Like you don't love that person, you love how that person makes you feel. And that's not what love is. That's just, oh wow, they make me feel really good. I want to keep feeling like that. And once that starts to wear off, that's where most people come into their problems. That's when they start not wanting to be around that person anymore, because that person they're getting used to that person. But love is actually something that has to be built, not you walk down the street and just like fall into a puddle of mud. Or love, I guess I should say. Fall into a puddle of love. You can fall into a puddle of mud, but not love. Lord have mercy. But love is something that's built, and it's built through a repair process. It's constantly built through the struggles that you go through as a couple, and you have to build love together. Love is not a feeling. Love is actually a verb. It's action. It's taking action. It's doing action. It's the process of building.
Yes. I wanted to say things and then I forgot because you kept talking.
Oh, you can interrupt me.
No, because you don't like being interrupted.
No, I don't.
When you're in a loving relationship, know what irks your partner and what doesn't irk your partner, because we both hate being interrupted. And he's like, well, you can interrupt me. I'm like, no, because you don't like it. So therefore, no. And then sometimes it results in me forgetting what I want to say. But we fell head over heels for each other without even laying hands on one another. We felt like before we even met. We started talking in October, started dating in the end of November, and we first met in person in April. And we had no intentions of being in a relationship when we first started talking. And then we just kept talking, and then one thing led to another, and now we are married. Now,
here you are filling out immigration paperwork. Okay? No, we didn't. Neither one of us were looking for anything. I randomly messaged you. We started talking. We both made it very clear that we're not looking for anything, and we both made it clear that neither one of us were going to be leaving where we were at. We made it very clear that neither one of us was going to get the shot. We made it very clear that neither one of us was going to do the things that we're doing right now. We weren't going to get into a relationship. But you don't get to choose that. Don't get to choose it.
No.
And I mean, yeah, we could have said, no, it's a long distance relationship. We're not going to, work through it. And the thing is we started dating, talking in the middle of Corona, and the borders were locked down. Nobody was going anywhere, and it didn't look like anybody was going anywhere any freaking time soon, right? Yeah. Remember that? Because we had no idea when the borders were going to open up.
No.
When we first started talking. And so it was everything, pretty much everything that could have been stacked against us. It was everything.
And I tried coming down here for a couple months, and I got denied.
This was before we understood how the borders work, right? And so you like packed up your truck with everything. I was like, I'm just gonna go stay for 3 months, and you were only gonna stay for 3 months. They're like, nope. You didn't understand the border system really. You didn't understand how that stuff worked.
And obviously it was for a reason.
I remember there was a reason why. I think it was because I you know what? I know the reason why actually.
Because I didn't have enough ties to go back to Canada.
Well, no, that reason why. I thought you meant like the universe didn't allow it to happen.
We weren't ready yet.
Wasn't ready yet. I don't think we would have progressed the way we progressed if you would have came up that time.
I agree with you.
Because I wasn't ready yet. But it all happens for a reason.
100%.
Back to work. Back to the work we put in. And one of the things that, I'm going back to this person again because they kind of left 3 different pretty long messages in response. Because they touched on everything that's wrong with a lot of people's way of thinking. And she said that she deserves love or she deserves happiness. One of the two. She deserved love or deserves happiness. And nobody deserves anything. For one, you deserve exactly what you have. Everything you have is exactly what you deserve. If you haven't earned anything else, then you don't deserve anything else. But nobody deserves to be happy. We don't just wake up and the universe isn't just like, oh, look, you're here, so now you deserve to be happy. Happiness, all these good feelings, all these positive things that we want to feel, we have to earn all of them. They all have to be earned. Our default setting as humans is negative. That is our default setting. Because the universe knows that we're fucking lazy people and we're not motivated. And there's so many people out there that are stuck in that negative default setting because they refuse to do the fucking work to be where they want to be. They refuse to do the work to have the relationship that they want to have. They refuse to do the work to be happy. They refuse to do the work to get themselves out of the depression, to feel the way they want to feel and to do the things they want to do. And so they're like, oh, I deserve love. No, you don't. You deserve what you have. You have to earn and work for that.
Yes. Happiness is created from within.
Yep.
And that's like one of your other videos that you made. You need to go out, or that we've made lots of them. You have to get out of your comfort zone and do the fucking work. Nobody's going to do it for you. If you're unhappy, you need to take some self-inventory and ask yourself why you're not happy. A lot of it is food you're consuming, the media you're consuming, people you're around, basically all the senses, all the negativity. Because what you see, hear, eat. I guess you can't really smell negativity, but you can feel it. It's just people and the things that you listen to and see, and I'm repeating myself here, whatever, eating all that gross junk and bullshit is gonna fuck you up real bad, and you need to change that. And it took me a long time to realize that, even when he was chirping in my ear the entire time about it. Tell me things like a million times, and until I clue in, I don't listen to you until I realize it on my own. We've come to that conclusion a long time ago.
I'm not gonna stop telling you.
I know.
But it's just a matter of how long is it going to take you to realize it, because there would come a time when I stopped. How long is it going to take you to realize it?
Yep. That's part of the work in relationships. If a partner truly loves you, then they're going to push for you to be better. Right?
Yep.
Once you have your partner, don't stop doing the things that you did to get them in the beginning. Don't ever stop dating your partner. Don't ever stop trying to do the little things to make them happy. Don't ever stop that. That's part of what keeps a relationship alive, is going out on dates with your partner. Doing the cute little things to make your partner smile or laugh. I was having a shitty day the other day, and I was in a shitty mood or something, and you did something, like I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe.
I don't remember what that was.
It was 2 different nights. The one night I was in a mood of some sort, and I was tweezing a hair off of you. Oh, what?
Yeah.
I just died. Then I wasn't feeling too hot, and I was laying in bed, and you came home, and you sat on top of me and started making me laugh somehow. I forget how.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're taking pictures close up of my face.
Takes work.
And it's worth it.
Sure is.